Morning, guys. Corey Arsenal here. Here to talk about eating. Very common topic. A lot of our weight loss clients are always wondering, what to eat, when to eat. And in our consultations that I have with our members who ask for support and help, a lot of times we talk about that evening binging or that afternoon drop in energy and then craving. And what we try and do is we try to eliminate those as best we can, because if that's your main problem, whether overeating in the evening or that afternoon crash where you dig into the candy bowl at work, if we can eliminate that from, say, 4 days a week down to one, that makes a massive difference in the run of a month. So I had a meeting last week with one of our members who trains at 6 a.m. And I wanted to share with you some of the things we talked about, because if you exercise, this could help you. Maybe you'll see some of the tips we talked about may be applicable to you and your exercise and your weight loss journey. So if we look over here, she exercises, or she gets up at 5:30 in the morning, and she trains at 6 a.m. So we were talking about what to have at 5:30 that could give her energy, but not be too much in her belly to make her throw up. So we talked about maybe a protein, like protein in water, maybe a banana, maybe some peanut butter on half a piece of toast. Whatever food you could have, non-sugar, at that early in the morning to allow you to exercise at 6, that you won't throw up later. Now, a big one was that she was leaving here at 6:30 and then going home and rushing around with her children to get them ready to get out the door for 8 o'clock. And she wasn't eating till 7:30. What we talked about was, what could you bring with you that you could eat at 6:30 on the way out the door, that you wouldn't have to stop? No microwave. What could you have at 6:30 that would allow your body to start recovering from your workout, give you replenishment and energy for tomorrow's workout? And so what we talked about was protein, a protein source you could take with you, whether it was a protein shake, maybe some almonds, maybe an egg or two at 6:30, okay? So by having that protein at 6:30, she then recovers from her workout and gives her fuel to go to the next meal, where she has an hour where she has to get her kids ready, and they eat as a family together at 7:30. And she basically has oatmeal with some raisins and another egg at 7:30. Then at 9:30, she starts her day, and she is having her first meal at work. And we talked about, what can she have at work? Well, she could have, a banana, some fruit, some almonds, some Greek yogurt. She loves Greek yogurt. Great choice for 9:30. So you see, we've been up since 5:30 a.m., and by 9:30, we've had 4 snacks, and she's in a weight loss journey. This is not overeating, okay? You're overeating if you're having this much food and your belt's getting bigger. Hers is not, okay? So we have our 9:30. That gets us all the way to lunchtime. And lunch is normally a really healthy meal. She has a wrap and a salad, chicken and a salad. She has rice and a meat, a nice healthy lunch. Mid-afternoon is her struggle, though. She doesn't get time to stop at her work. So we thought, well, could you drink? If you don't have time to go to the lunchroom, can you sit at your desk or, and drink what you're supposed to be eating? What's the easiest thing to grab, by the handful, or could be drinking it? So we talked about a protein shake. We talked about a protein bar. We talked about things that weren't involved, that doesn't involve a microwave, right? So we talk about almonds and nuts and raisins, okay? Now, by having her 2:30, which she wasn't having this before, she normally was coming home at 5 o'clock starving and then would overeat all night long. So the 2:30, our goal of the 2:30 snack is to have her arrive home at 5, under better control, not hungry, and not snacking while she's cooking supper. That's the big one. I said, what are you digging into while you're cooking supper? She goes, I dig into whatever the kids have in the cupboard. Now this 2:30 should hopefully eliminate the overeating, the snacking while supper's being made. And she enjoys a glass of wine with her husband. Nothing wrong with that. But what was happening was, over the last month or so, it was turning out to be 4 nights a week. And we talked about, maybe if you were going to have it that often, could you go from a 1 glass of wine down to a half? And could you make it better, if you were having chips, could you have something, maybe an air pop popcorn instead? If you still want to have it that many nights a week, you've got to find a better way to have it. So if you weren't going to eliminate from 4 nights down to 1, what can we replace it with? Half a glass of wine and air pop popcorn versus chips with full glass of wine. Okay, so this is her weight loss journey, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 8 meals and snacks. And this is typical when you're waking up that early, 5 a.m., and you're awake till 9 or 10. You've got to have that amount of fuel, that amount of food to fuel your day. And because she exercises that early in the morning, she needs more food earlier in the day to fuel and to recover for the next day. But her problem was evening binging, which can be solved by that missing 2:30 snack. So this is the kind of stuff we talk about in our weight loss program. It's not me telling you what to eat. It's me trying to identify where your struggles are. Her struggles were evening binging and maybe not having enough protein and always being sore from her morning workouts. So I think with this kind of a plan, we've solved that. Now, if you have any questions or comments, please leave me a message below. I'd love to answer any of your questions. And so I really want to thank you for watching. And you guys have a great day and good healthy eating.